People are curious how a guy, you've sold how many records?
28 million.
And made millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
How do you end up in here?
I think everyone who's watching knows how I ended up in here.
I don't know if they do.
I'm pretty sure they do.
That I was under at that time, didn't do nothing to keep my name alive. You know what I'm saying? Took me off the website, just left me for dead.
You know what? I think a lot of people lose sight of the fact that no matter how strong you are as a man, no matter how tough you are, we all need to be somebody's baby.
I mean, I've been dealing with this man for 5 years. Damn. 4 strokes. Damn, I don't know what to tell you, man. This shit is crazy. This shit is hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no house to live in.
DMX and Black Rob weren't just rappers. They were raw voices spitting truths the industry didn't want exposed.
But the story's already been written. At the end of the day, God wins.
DMX flat out admitted he met the devil and spoke about the dark forces running the music game. Not just the streets, but the powerful hands pulling strings from the top. He wasn't scared to call them out, and that alone made him a target.
The industry, man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent, it's about playing the game. The industry, real niggas is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry got your word meaning nothing. The industry, what you heard cause he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry like, wait! But in the streets, we like, get 'em. 17 up in that thing. Catch 'em sleeping and hit 'em. The industry, if you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down, it's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. See me, I'm getting my beast on. The industry, stay in the dirt, play in the dirt, test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist, I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the f I want cause nobody can finish me. The industry, wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a f about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you. The industry, I'm sick of this industry shit. The industry playing them like a industry bitch. They tried to finish me quick, but I am long, so I stand strong. Beat, listen to the words in the damn song. You know what I'm saying? And it basically reflects on my relationship with the industry. This is what it is. Often, my words fall on deaf ears. Just be listening, but don't hear. Talking to a nigga, he be sitting right here. I be like, where you going? He'd be like, yeah. Thank you.
Black Rob's story wasn't much different. He had real talent, real street weight, but he wasn't built for those watered-down, radio-friendly hits the labels wanted. And what happened? Diddy's bad boy label straight up cut him loose?
I go with the flow, you know. I'm inspired by life. The game is bullshit, man. The game is. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called "The Industry," and that pretty much explains. You know what I'm saying, what the shit is about. The industry, man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit it.
From there, it was nothing but pain, prison time, health problems, massive medical bills piling up while his income vanished. They drained him dry, then tossed him aside like he never mattered.
Whenever I went through something, it brought me closer to God. And I stayed into something. So now I'm closer to God. But being closer is hard. The attacks get stronger, become much harder to fight, and they last longer. That's what it's always been. Joy, pain, dark and light, sun with the rain. With the right perspective, there can be something to gain. Look for the good and the bad, not the sun when it rains.
Both DMX and Black Rob were forced to live through the ugliest side of the music industry, the side nobody dares to speak about. It left them vulnerable, struggling, and shaped their final years in ways most fans couldn't even imagine.
Well, I want to take a look at some of the lyrics from your song.
How about I pick the lyrics?
Who We Be. I think you'll like these lyrics. The hurt, the pain, the dirt, the rain, the jerk, the fame, the work, the game.
I like what you said. Yeah. Did it.
The friends, the foes, the bins, the these studios, the shows. Why don't you just read it? I like the way
shows, it comes and it goes. The jealousy, the envy, the phony, the friendly, the one that gave him the slugs, the one that put him in me, the snakes, the grass, too long to see. The lawnmower sitting right next to the tree. It's right there, just mow that grass and you'll see the snakes.
Yeah.
Now let's rewind to 2007, one of DMX's boldest moments. On HBO's Def Poetry Jam, he stood on stage and dropped his chilling poem, The Industry. That performance became legendary. X peeled the mask off the music game, exposing how artists get pressured to sell their souls just to stay in the spotlight.
You've had, I guess I would call it a gospel song, or certainly
gospel song and a conversation with the Lord on every album.
On every album. Lord, give me a sign. I pulled some of those lyrics out. Tell me what these lyrics are and what they mean.
It's a conversation with the Lord. I really need to talk to you, Lord. It's the last time we talked. The walk has been hard. Now, I know you haven't left me, but I feel like I'm alone. I'm a big boy now, but I'm still not grown. I'm still going through it, pain and the hurt, soaking up trouble like rain in the dirt. And I know only I can stop the neck and pain with just a mention of my Savior's name. In the name of Jesus, devil, I rebuke you for what I go through and trying to make me do what I used to, but all that stops right here. As long as the Lord's in my life, I will have no fear. I will know no pain from the light to the dark. I will know no shame, spit it right from the heart, cause it's right from the start that you held me down and ain't nothing they could tell me now. Lord, give me a sign.
You could feel every word, like he was warning young artists of the heavy price that comes with selling out. DMX wasn't just rapping about street life or shady label politics, he was digging into something way deeper. He spoke about God, the devil, and what he called a real spiritual war being fought behind the curtains of the industry.
Song on every album, a conversation with God.
Yes.
You've had...
And a prayer.
And I think you've had...
Three conversations with the devil.
Three conversations with the devil. Why with the devil?
Well, to make a fair decision, I think you have to be aware of both sides. And I was approached, so of course I had a conversation. It doesn't mean I rode with him or believed him. I just was able to recognize him by what he said to me and what he offered me. I said, oh, now I know you are. That's why I stopped talking to him. I've put out 7 albums, but he's only on 3.
I first came to Arizona, man, and I remember one day coming from the studio at 6 o'clock in the morning and pulling over on the highway. We like 4 cars, just to watch the sunrise. And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country. Because I'd never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country. And it's not so much who, it's what, what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil, And, it's through all these hardships that I realized that, you know what? This is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would place in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because he helped me get over these obstacles. He helped me get over these hurdles.
Okay, but when you're done here, when you're out of here.
I'm not looking back.
You're not coming back?
No, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back for a show. I'm not coming back for a visit. I'm not even driving through the states. If I'm in a plane and they're gonna fly over it, I'm gonna go around, okay?
In his interviews and music, X made it clear the darkness in the business wasn't just about money or power grabs. He truly believed the devil was real, and that certain people in the game were channeling that energy, pushing artists to sell their souls.
They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executives, and it's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and all that favor for a favor. I'll get down like that. Look, I'll give you the music, you give my money.
And here's the shocking part. He admitted they even tried to offer him that deal, but X refused, choosing instead to warn others about the traps in the industry. And that choice came with serious consequences.
Slave at first, and so they do a lot of sensory deprivation, they do a lot of sensory overload, and they switch between the two, and they do out-and-out torture.
Fast forward to September 2013. DMX sat down with Dr. Phil, and the interview got real. He talked openly about his legal troubles, the money battles, the personal demons, and the snakes slithering around the music world, hiding in plain sight.
RP, that was really feeling me, so he was like, yo, listen, I got some people I know a lot. And I was thirsty at the time. I signed some paperwork with him, not knowing. I was signing a production deal, like sign my life away with this cat. He took me to Puff. They went to Howard together. Like if I'd have knew Puff at that, if I'd have knew it would have boiled down to all this, I should have knew better. Went up to the office, it was on 18th Street. Went up there, I spit it out for Puff, had my tape. Just when cassettes was out, man. So all y'all dudes, man, don't understand how far I'm going back. I'm going back to HypeCeleb, TDK. Started rapping, and he was like, yo, that's hot. Puff was like, yo, listen, man, I'll let you go in the lounge for a little while and come see you. So about 10, 20 minutes later, he came back out like, yo, I'm gonna fuck with you. So from there, man, it was like history after that, man. A couple months later, I got a big check. And I was just in Harlem, man, flossing, man, throughout all the bullshit.
Then Dr. Phil hit on something deeper, X's spiritual side. He brought up the powerful track lord, Give Me a Sign, and X revealed that every single one of his albums carried a prayer, a message, or some dialogue with God. But when Dr. Phil pressed him about those chilling words, his claim of having 3 separate encounters with the devil, X didn't flinch. He explained that to really understand this world, you have to look at both sides. And each time he knew exactly who it was, because the devil came offering things that glittered on the surface, but always came with a deadly price.
MRECForbesDVD.com, Gutter Music and all that.
I'm a stand-up guy.
Black Rob and all that guy. Now listen, when you really rhyme and really do this shit, you got stacks of pads. Look at my guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the bag. I don't want to go in this shit, but there's mad pads in that bag. That's when you really do this shit, man. Say y'all do this shit, y'all really do this shit. When it gets stacked up like this, alright? Forbes DVD.
This is Black Rob right here. This is Case Stick. Pads of rhymes.
Running around like you straight up menace. That's the reason why I do dirt with no codeine. So when the people ask questions, you don't know.
This wasn't just some wild story DMX cooked up for TV. He had been saying it long before. Back in January 2009, while locked up in an Arizona jail serving a 90-day sentence for substance charges and theft, DMX gave an interview that's resurfaced and sent chills down people's spines. Speaking to Fox 10 News, X described his first impression of Arizona. He called it God's country because of its breathtaking sunrises. But then he dropped a bombshell. He claimed he had actually met the devil in that same so-called God's country. He didn't name names, but the way he spoke made it clear. Arizona wasn't just desert and mountains to him, it became a battlefield between light and darkness.
All the other people up at Bad Boy, nobody reached out to me one time, I don't even care. Because all it takes is a press of the button, Department of Corrections, you know my name, you know my birthday. I used to work here. When I heard that, seeing this Wayne in jail, and you ain't come see me, y'all? Like all the years we spent together, like that shit didn't mean nothing to you, dog. Like, you actually think I'm not your man? So that right there told me like, was never my man, ever. You got like 50 employees, man. You ain't even have to write the letter.
He even vowed never to return. But here's the real question. What did DMX mean when he said he met the devil in Arizona? Was it just a metaphor, or was he talking about a real moment, face to face with someone powerful offering him a dangerous deal?
Man, like some of these dudes out here, these dudes is trash, my man. They crazy trash. Like, it's no creativity, no authenticity. You don't even have style, swag, nothing. But you're able to spit a couple of words, and the people that you got behind you is able to push that, and it's a big record. You know what I'm saying? See, back then, you had to really be a spitter. Come out with some creativity. Up north, I only listen to like 2 or 3. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Kiss. You know what I'm saying? Fifth. You know what I'm saying? And probably Banks. look who I was hanging with, you know what I'm saying? Big, you know what I'm saying? Locks, Mace. Everybody on that label was gold or platinum. And Puff was looking for something else. You feel me? But, you know, it wasn't never a situation where, yo, Puff, let me know, you got something for us? You know? So I was like, yo, I mean, you know, I got something for you.
DMX had always blasted record labels for controlling artists, dangling dirty offers, and pushing them to sell out. So maybe Arizona wasn't just about the scenery. It was where he saw the devil show up in human form, testing if he'd stay true or trade his soul for the industry's rewards. So when DMX said he met the devil in Arizona, maybe he wasn't talking about horns and fire. Maybe he was pointing to someone in the industry who slid in with a dark, twisted offer.
This is real serious. You know, I had a stroke.
You had a stroke?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a stroke. And, you know, but I got over that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got over that. I can show you how to get over that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm over that. You know what I'm saying?
Arizona itself has always carried a strange energy. Those endless open spaces, the heavy silence, the isolation. It's not just cactus and sunsets. The state has long been whispered about as a hot spot for shady underground dealings.
You didn't even have to write the letter. I had got sick with the kidney. You know what I'm saying? And up there, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was asking me that I had insurance and all this. Yeah, I had insurance. When I was employed at Bad Boy Records, I had insurance. Oh, well, you need to call them and see what's up with that. So I called them. My lawyer calls them, and they talking about, oh, now we took them off of that. Y'all took me off of that, so I'm supposed to get these meds, man.
Think about it. DMX went to Arizona searching for peace, calling it God's country. But what if instead he crossed paths with people tied to secret networks operating out there in the desert? Arizona is crawling with so-called celebrity rehab centers, those polished but sketchy facilities where the rich and famous supposedly go to get clean. But behind the glossy image, there are ugly rumors. Patients being isolated, pumped full of meds, and some even claim MK Ultra-style mind-breaking tactics were used.
You took me off the medication shit, you took me off the insurance, okay? Now you take me off the website, you don't come see me, you don't write me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need no money, because like I said, I'm always get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, my records sell, they sold, so I'm always gonna have some type of money coming in my account or whatever. It was like they said, well, then, all right? Now I'm home, and I shouldn't say. You feel me? That's funny, right? Puff wasn't the one doing the records with me. You know what I'm saying? He was just the last word. Good record. I like that. I want to get on that. It's a good record. No, he's not in the studio 20 hours, 15 hours with me. Never. There wasn't no love over there, man. There wasn't no love. Like, you know, dudes was just using, like, trying to use me. Like, yo, why I can't get it on Music by Mail? Why I can't get it here? Like, why I can't buy a cassette of this shit? You feel me? It's because motherfuckers took the shelf. They used the Black Rob report, you know what I'm saying, as a springboard for the Biggie duet album. Puff wasn't doing nothing.
And here's where it gets even darker. DMX was in and out of rehab multiple times, especially in the Southwest. What if it wasn't just about substance battles? What if rehab was being used as a weapon to crush his spirit, reset his mind, and silence him from speaking against the industry? And disturbingly enough, a similar nightmare fell on Black Rob. Born Robert Ross in Buffalo, New York, Rob started messing with music at just 11 or 12, using rhymes to get attention while living wild. By the late 80s, he ended up in jail, where he crossed paths with rapper Tragedy Gaddafi. Black Rob and Tragedy clicked instantly. Tragedy pushed him to take rap seriously, and when Rob got out, he went all in. He started calling himself Bacardi Rob and linked up with his first crew, the Schizophrenics. Crazy enough, the group never even released an album, but Rob's demos proved he had raw talent. Eventually, that grind landed him in front of Diddy, and before long, Rob had a pen in his hand signing to Bad Boy. Once signed, he was rapping right next to some of the biggest names in the game.
Pain is crazy, man. It's helping me out, though, man. It's making me realize I got a lot to go, man. A lot to go on, man. Oh, man.
How you feel about X?
I mean, I feel everything about X, man. X World Love, man. Positive. X to big love to X, man. It's hard, man.
But here's where it all got messy. Rob never became one of Diddy's golden crossover stars. He wasn't polished for pop radio, wasn't built for the shiny mainstream hits. His style was too raw, too street, and for a major label that only sees dollar signs, that made him less valuable. But let's be real, Rob was still vital to the bad boy image. He gave the label that gritty New York street edge that fans were starving for. He was the one artist on the roster who still felt authentic, holding down real hip-hop while others chased radio spins. Then 2004 came crashing in. Rob got slapped with a 4-year prison sentence for grand larceny. Just like DMX, prison changed him. He spent that time writing, sharpening his pen, dropping rhymes filled with raw truth. But while he was locked away, the music world didn't wait. The industry moved on, and when Rob came home, everything had shifted. And here's the shadiest part. While Rob was behind bars, Diddy wasted no time cutting him off. He scrubbed Rob's name from the Bad Boy website, distanced himself, and offered zero support with the legal mess. Bad Boy didn't just cut Black Rob off, they made his life a nightmare. Rob revealed that the label's execs constantly disrespected his creative vision, shutting down his ideas and making it almost impossible for him to release music the way he wanted. By then, his career was already collapsing, and it forced him into an early, unwanted retirement. But the industry didn't just steal his music, it came for his health too. Rob was battling through 4 strokes, kidney failure, and constant dialysis. As if that wasn't enough, he lost his health insurance right when he needed it most. And guess why? Because while he was locked up, Diddy stripped away his coverage. The man who helped build Bad Boy was left drowning in hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical debt. And the betrayal didn't stop there. Diddy even pulled Rob's albums from shelves, cutting off his only steady source of income. Imagine, your art feeding other people for years, and suddenly, the checks stopped coming, leaving you broken. By 2021, it all caught up with Rob. News broke that he was homeless, and DJ Self posted a heartbreaking video of him lying in a hospital bed. The once powerful voice of New York rap looked frail, worn down, but still found the strength to pay tribute to his friend DMX. You could hear the pain in his voice. It was gut-wrenching. And then came the cruelest twist of fate. Just 8 days after DMX passed, Black Rob also died, suffering cardiac arrest in an Atlanta hospital. 2 hip-hop legends gone within days, both in their early 50s. DMX at 50, Rob at 52. Their stories weren't just about music or fame. At the end of the day, their stories weren't just about music. They were about survival in a game that eats you alive if you don't play by its twisted rules. DMX and Black Rob refused to bow down. They spoke their truths, and the price they paid was brutal. From shady offers in the shadows, to those sketchy rehab centers, to losing health insurance and even creative control, the machine made sure they suffered for standing tall. What makes it even more powerful is that both men left behind a blueprint. Through their music and interviews, they didn't just entertain, they warned. They called out the system. They tried to protect the next generation from falling into the same traps. And even though their lives were cut tragically short, their voices still echo for anybody willing to really listen. So now I want to know what you think. Did the industry push DMX and Black Rob out for knowing too much? Or was it just back-to-back tragedies that look too connected to ignore? And do you believe stuff like this is still happening to artists today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.